Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for the weekend, November 19th and 20th, 2016. For your Saturday, it'll be a very warm day, very warm to start the weekend. You're going to have a warm southwesterly flow ahead of this frontal boundary that's coming in. This is a look at Saturday morning here with the precipitation off to the west and the cold front off to the west being driven by this area low pressure moving through the upper Great Lakes region. That is going to move up into New England, but this powerful cold front coming through has some very cold air behind it. So temperatures are going to go from short sleeves and even shorts weather back to winter jackets and cold and perhaps some snowflakes flying around here. Actually, I do think there's a really good shot at that for at least our northern areas, but also our central areas. We'll see some snowflakes for the first time this year. And will be very windy. You see, these isobars are very tightly packed behind it. That means we're going to have some very windy conditions that are going to come in late Saturday night as the front passes, and then it's going to continue peaking on Sunday and still remaining breezy on Monday, we think, as that front or the system remains in close proximity to the area, and then we have high pressure trying to move in behind it. So going to be a breezy couple of days and very cold couple of days relative to average. So we're going from well above normal to well below in a matter of a couple hours basically. And we're going to see this transition. Let me go to that image here. This is showing the temperatures out ahead of this front. You can see all the cold air behind here. Here's where it is very, very much warm ahead of the front. This is the same time frame I was just looking at around noon on Saturday or thereabout. And as you move forward here and this front starts coming through, you can see this just crashes as we get to Saturday evening, and temperatures drop and plummet. So you can see temperatures behind it are much colder, and then the warm is shoved out into the Atlantic here. So it'll be a very abrupt change in temperatures, but everybody's talking about snow. Are we going to get snow this weekend? Well, yes and no. Not a large-scale synoptic system was bringing heavy snowfall anywhere unless you're downwind of the lakes of Erie and Ontario, where we're going to have a lake effect event going on this weekend, but not impossible for when the rain comes through along that front that you could end as some snowflakes here at the very tail end. I don't see this being a big deal. Might get some minor accumulations up here in northeastern Pennsylvania from that initial wave coming through, but I don't think this is going to be much of a big deal either, at least not yet. Once this system moves away and organizes itself up here in New England, that's when the lake effect machine is going to kick on, and this is going to get involved here during the day on Sunday, especially Sunday afternoon, evening, overnight. You can see downwind of the lakes here, you got some very heavy snow right in the lake belt. These are the areas downwind of the very warm waters of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. Wind direction coming off northwest like this in this direction. So, and it's also very strong wind. You can see these very tightly packed isobars. They're going to carry them a little bit further south than these lake effect events normally do. Normally the heaviest snow is right around the eastern sides of the lakes here, or southern sides of the lakes. That is going to be the case. However, there are going to be some snow streamers coming that are going to survive further south, especially across northeastern Pennsylvania, north central PA. But I do think that gets down pretty far south, even past the I-78 corridor right here. I do think you get some snowflakes even further south from that point. So in places like, if you're sitting here in northern Chester, northern Lancaster, northern Bucks, Montgomery, don't expect that you won't see snow here on Saturday. I do think you do see snowflakes. Whether it sticks or not is a different story. Okay? I think your stickage will be up here where it's colder across northeastern Pennsylvania, and even there you're looking at mainly higher elevations getting into that action. But you will have these heavier bursts that come down. You could have, in snow squalls, you could have those heavier bursts that could easily whiten the ground and give you a quick coating to an inch, maybe even 2 in some spots. Then you'll have some melting in between as the temperatures go back up, and then you have another snow squall band come through that does the same. It's kind of like a wash, rinse, repeat cycle until this starts to die down. And there's indications now that this might continue into Saturday night, overnight, according to NAM anyway. And then here's a look at Monday. Still have some lake effect snow showers and flurries, mainly confined to the northern tier. Could get a flurry further south, but I think it's mainly confined up to the north this time. The system's starting to consolidate and pull away, so your heaviest snows are up here now, and the direction's still off the lakes here, but it's not as much of an influence. High pressure's behind it here, trying to do a squeeze play here. And you're getting some dry air working in here at the same time. So the isobars will still be tightly packed. You're still going to have windy conditions at least through Monday morning before the system pulls away. And those isobars start relaxing a little bit. So you're going to have the winds dying down as you head toward Monday evening, overnight, and then into Tuesday. Once we get into Tuesday, though, we're looking at back to partly to mostly sunny skies. And we'll have improving conditions. And then also on Wednesday, we'll start off mostly sunny, but I think clouds are going to increase, and you're going to have the rain moving in this time because you're going to have synoptically driven warmth. This area low pressure is now moving up in this direction, northwest of the area, and that's going to allow warmth to come in ahead of it. Not a lot of warmth, but just enough to make this the precipitation type of this coming in here to be in the form of rain. So I do think there's a chance you start off as a brief mix up here in extreme northeastern Pennsylvania, but that quickly goes over to, it looks like it goes over to rain for everybody. This is just showers. This is not heavy rain, and that looks like it's going to continue into Thanksgiving Day morning. You may have some slight improvement later in the day. That's still undecided whether it'll last all day or not. There might be a break in here, at least where it stays mostly cloudy or, and just dry. That for later in the day when we're having Thanksgiving dinner, or if you're traveling, doesn't look too bad right now, but does have a window of opportunity to at least clear out a little bit. So it might not be completely, sun come out and everything, but you might have a break in the action as far as the rain's concerned. So I do think behind that, once you get behind this system, then we get back into the colder temperatures again. Not extreme cold, but we're going to get colder again because there's a cold front with this that's going to send temperatures back down to slightly below normal as we get to the end of the period. So a lot of up and down right now. If you didn't see our long-range outlook that we put out yesterday, you're going to have a lot of up and downs here, it looks like. Not as extreme. We're not going to be back up to 70 again, I don't think. Excuse me. But you will have some opportunity for, slightly above periods and then slightly below periods as we head into the first week of December, and I think your true pattern change will hold off to probably the second week of December, sometime during that week, until we get a consistent and sustained cold and snowier pattern. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for the weekend, November 19th and 20th, 2016. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.